Let's talk about Starboost. Ow! Oh my God, that sucked. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Frank, and today we're going to talk about the Mark 39. I almost said 49. This isn't rescue. And I've made some progress. I don't want to get up, and this is a really weird intro. But yeah, I've redesigned some stuff. I've redone the leg hinge strapping system. I kind of went backwards on that, and you'll see why that was better. What else? The torso system is now strapped up and much better. I got the arms figured out, and yeah, let's jump in. So yeah, this is all a hot friggin' mess. So let me clean this up real quick and we'll talk about it. Snap. Yeah, that lined up good. Sue me, it's a bad transition. Anyway, so if everything goes according to plan, this might very well be the last update video before I start painting Starboost. The legs are one piece, the arms are one piece, and the upper body torso area is officially one piece. And I might accidentally rehash some things that I've gone over already in the previous videos, but sue me, hopefully it's new information for most of you. Now, like I've already stated, I'm gonna have to reprint the helmet a third time. I printed it as small as possible. However, as you saw in the opening or wherever I feel like putting that clip, it's very hard to get off and it's very uncomfortable. So I might have to scale it up 2 or 3%, but I've gone and made the neck piece, cover, thing. It has a hinge. Now, in theory, this is working. The idea for this is it'll go around my neck like so, and it'll lock together like this, and it sits to cover up the big gap in the chest. It does work. It's comfortable. It's not squeezing my neck. I don't need to print it in TPU. Stop commenting that. Trust me, it's fine. The only thing I am worried about is this magnet failing over time, so I might try to reinforce that. But this does work, and I am planning on wearing a neck cover, either like a neck gaiter or something. The same thing I wore on my Mark 85 over here, except it'll be silver or black, and it'll let my head move a lot more easy. So this works pretty nicely. Again, it's just a little purse magnet, and I made a small hinge out of elastic, and then it just lines up, locks in. Cool. So I'm gonna be honest, the arm hasn't changed. I tried to reinvent the wheel with this, and then I got it to a point where I'm like, hey, this looks pretty cool, but I think it could be better. But honestly, I'm really happy with this. The backside is nice and covered. It's actually pretty comfortable, easy to wear, and it's all one piece, so putting it on is a lot easier. I did recently just get my hands on some Ataraxia flexible PLA, not TPU, flexible PLA. I'm gonna test that out to try to make some inner arm covers. I do still have the parts that I cut out. This is just solid PLA, but it's just not practical to sit it in there. I won't be able to remove my arm, but if I can just get something to cover that, even if it's like a silver morph suit, it'll still look pretty good. And honestly, this arm looks beefy and awesome. I can also remove the forearm itself because this is just Velcroed in there. You can see the band right there and a little bit of Velcro. It doesn't really help. It's just a fun fact kind of thing. And I'll tell you what, trying to position this hand topper in a good spot has actually been a real nightmare. Because the hand topper is supposed to be attached to the forearm, but then it doesn't like rotate and move with your hand. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So I had to really slide the hand topper very far up the hand, but it does let the arms sit nice. I can move, I can put my hand, I can do the pose and the blast. I will tell you, after going to WonderCon and being in the Mark 85 for 7 hours one day, this is all people care about. If you can't do that in an Iron Man suit, don't even make the Iron Man suit. I'm kind of not kidding. That is 99% of what people are going to tell you to do. If your mask opens and closes, that's a bonus. But really, it's going to be do 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 do. Yeah. So make sure that's a priority, and then your arm's comfortable doing this. So yeah, I still got to print the fingers. I had them printed, but at WonderCon, Danny, CTK Creations, decided he didn't want to have gloves for his suit, so I had to bring the nice fingers I had printed, and we made him gloves in like 10 minutes. They worked. And the same way that the bicep right here straps together on my Mark 85, there is a small strap here that connects to the backpack on the Mark 39 that holds the entire arm up, but I'll show you that once I get that part on. Okay, in the last before that Mark 39 update, I showed you this really cool hinge system I had but implemented for the leg. It was part of a knee brace, and it was these metal brackets that I pulled out of it, and they worked really well. However, in practicality, they were so uncomfortable. Because of the way that the Mark 39 is designed, this knee area isn't this, it pinches. It's very uncomfortable. And guys, I cannot emphasize it enough, especially after wearing my suit. Leg comfort is key. If your arm gets tired, that's fine. If your shoulder starts to hurt, that's fine. You're gonna get a little sweaty in your helmet. But if you can't walk around or stand, you can't be in the suit. Your foot comfort and your knee comfort are priority. If you have to trim, shave, heat, warp, if you start to wear it and you're like, yeah, this hurts a little bit, I'll be fine in 6 hours, you're lying to yourself. Just make the adjustments you need to now, because it's only going to get worse, I promise you. So with that really big pressure being built up on my knee, I had to completely ditch those brackets. Now what it is, and big shout out to Prototype Cosplay, Dylan, for showing me his killer body armor suit that he had modified, and now it's elastic. It's actually elastic buckles in there, which have a much smaller profile, but everything is still held together. And what it also allows me to do is the leg can twist a little bit, because you can kind of rotate your leg inside the leg. This helps that little bit of turning you do while walking around in the suit. And what it also allows me to do is, if I want to take this thing apart for transport, it comes right apart. It's that simple. It's easy. I'm gonna do my best to show this to you, but basically I have an elastic strap glued onto this little knee socket. So the strap is here, and then there's a buckle hiding right in here that I can, pop off. See, boom. And I've tensioned it just enough that it wants to sit in the proper spot. And then I have two smaller buckles sitting right there that buckle into this spot right here. You can see where the old support was. Now, unfortunately with this redesign, I don't really have a way to get this lower kneecap to move. So right now, it's just a buckle. I just hot glued a big buckle to the back of it. This way I can take it off and paint it, but then it just locks back into place, and it's good to go. As for the bottom of the shin, I've done what I can to mimic the Hot Toys Mark 39, like you guys know, where this little flap right here opens up while it walks, and then there's these little flaps on the back of the leg. I really like that design, so I tried to mimic that in my suit. So this little front flap here actually opens and closes, and it'll kind of rest on the shoe as I walk. It doesn't open too much, but it's just a nice little gimmick to add. I am still trying to mess with this little back flap and getting a way that it'll go back to its home position, but currently it's fighting me a little bit. I can't overcomplicate it, because the shoe also, the back of the shoe sits here, and if I put too much stuff there, it's just gonna break. So I gotta be careful with that. The other big modification I've had to make, since my legs are really short, is I had to cut all of this area out of the top of the thigh. This used to come up to like about here. There was a whole other gap right here, a piece of plastic about this tall. Unfortunately, having shorter thighs, I had to cut all of that out, and I'm gonna have a morph suit on anyway, and I had to cut a lot out on the inside of the thigh, just to be able to slide the thigh up more. Now, if I could rescale this, and if I had a nice scan of my leg, or I used Armor Smith, I definitely could have rescaled and purposed for this, but unfortunately, I'm working with what I printed, and I'm gonna get this to fit. Speaking of comfort in legs, let me show you an absolute game changer for Armor Pinch. These are athletic compression knee brace sock things that are meant to go over your joints, and I bought a few of them to test out, and I have them on this leg for my Mark 85, and it's amazing. There's no armor pinch. Even though I did a lot of trimming right here, I can walk and it feels perfectly fine. Obviously these would be strapped up and holding the thigh up a little bit more, but no pinch, nothing. I'm not wearing anything special aside that. And Again, I wore this thing for 7 hours and had no knee problems. It was great. Now for the Mark 85, I kind of double up on these things. I actually have 2 of them on. I have this much lighter sock one on that has just 1 pad on the front. And actually, I kind of thought about turning this around. This way, this hexagon pattern is on the back of my knee and it kind of covers up the gap. And then I have this much tighter, thicker one on underneath it, and this is the only one I'm gonna wear with the Starboost. This brace is by a brand called Mueller, and I think they're like 25, 30 bucks at Durham Sporting or Dick's Sporting Goods, or probably Walmart even sells these things. So definitely recommend these. And honestly, it keeps your leg nice and compressed, and it kind of helps with joint support anyway. So why not? I'm sure you can also get ones that go on your arm. I know they make them for your elbows, and that would probably serve a very similar function. Speaking of comfort, I traded out the original shoes to my Mark 85. These are a much sleeker no-lace shoe, and then I have my little boosters in there. They're much easier to slip into, a lot more comfortable. I don't know the brand of these lugs. Lugs? Yeah. Very comfortable, and then hiding on the inside is little heel boosters. I'm basically wearing high heels when I'm in the suit. Whatever. I'm probably gonna buy the exact same pair. This way I have a pair for my Mark 85 and then a pair for my Mark 39. This way I don't have to swap them out every time. Now I'm gonna try to explain this next part while making the most amount of sense. Initially, as you guys remember, the lower abs, or I guess the abs, the little side plate here, and then the chest used to connect with these purse clasp magnets. Now, these are great. I still like them for a lot of applications, but they just were such a pain to align when trying to get the suit on. I've gone and since swapped them out for these extra super duper strength bar magnets. These are neodymium bar magnets. You can get them on Amazon, and they are really, really strong, and they're not quite self-aligning, but if you kind of position everything the right way, they kind of self-align on their own anyway. And be careful with them because these can hurt you. I've gone and added a much stronger raft pad here, and then there's a bar magnet sitting there, and I've gone and hot glued a bar magnet in here and a bar magnet in there. The point of this is to not make the bar magnets meet up like that. They're actually meeting up side to side like that. They want to connect to each other. Basically, the 2 pieces are folding over each other, connecting, and trying to slide, and that's when they meet. So now what I can do is I can lean down, clip it into place, that one locks in, and then I just stretch over here and then connect this one. And that's it. The abs are on and they're connected, and I can breathe, I can move, I can twist, but since those magnets are trying to push into each other and stay kind of aligned, they don't move. I've gone and done the same thing hidden behind here. There's a bar magnet behind each of these little vents. And then again, I've gone and taken those magnets and I'm doing the exact same thing. All I have to do is take the chest, slide it on, and then right up in here, oh, you heard that clip. And then this one, that's it. It's aligned, good to go. And if I want to take it off, all I have to do is push down, pop, and the chest comes off. So much easier to connect. I'm not trying to align the purse magnets, and it's honestly, it feels a lot more secure. I like it. Nice. And while I have the upper torso on, I'm going to show you guys how this connects to the actual backpack. But first, I got to pop this off. I still can't put the suit on completely by myself, not unlike my Mark 85. I had to sacrifice that, but I can get one arm by myself by sliding this up, grabbing this buckle right here, and watch me fumble, and I can just connect, there it is, one of the arms, and then thanks to my trusty magnets, I can slide that back in. Where's my hand? And that's it. The arm sits right there. It holds the bicep up. It gives me the proper amount of movement, range of motion. And if I could put the shoulder on right now, I would. But you wouldn't have been able to see me connect the bicep. Normally I would have the shoulder on before this, connect the bicep in and call it a day. But this lets it hang at the perfect length. I'm nice, I'm comfortable, I'm happy. This is all great. It's so much easier to put on. Having everything in one piece, one arm, one leg, one torso, makes everything just worlds easier. Here's a little bit of a closer look at that bar magnet, and then the opposing side. They just, see, they're gonna wanna pull to each other while they're outside like that, but the trick is to get them on the inside, and then they line right up, and that's it. They're just pulling into each other. Super simple and easy. Way more comfortable than the other system I had. But the game will be seeing how long that these rafts that I incorporated, how long these last. That's going to be the failure point. But I'd rather replace these occasionally than have to deal with like fighting the abs and putting them on. Yeah. It's good. All right, okay, so that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I think that was a decent update review thing in a timely manner. Like I said, I hope this is the last time you see Starboost in this state. I'm hoping to do a little bit of adjustments, a little bit more trimming, get the comforts and little bugs worked out, but then it's off to paint. I'm moving as quickly as I can on this because I have a lot of other projects going on. I'm still trying to get my whole battle damaged video posted about the Mark 85. If you didn't notice, it might have some battle damage on it for a reason. I'm trying to get that out. I still have some WonderCon stuff I want to kind of post about and talk about. Going to be doing a few more tutorials too, which I'm really excited about, getting back to my roots and teaching you guys some new ways to do things. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This way you stay up to date on everything I'm posting, tutorials, builds, cosplay, all the fun stuff. And if you guys haven't been following me on Instagram or haven't seen yet, I'm going to be making my first official invited cosplay guest appearance at SummerCon in Washington State. There's links for that. I'll drop a link down below. If you guys are going to be in the area near Seattle, please come say hi. It's June 17th to 19th. I'm going to be bringing this bad boy, and I'm going to have my own booth. I am so excited for it. And if you're going to MegaCon in Florida at the end of May, I'm going to be there too with the Mark 85. Hopefully with a new surprise, and I'm not quite done with the suit yet, and if you were paying attention, you might have gotten a sneak peek at it, but hey, who knows. But that's going to be a wrap for this video, guys. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please drop them down below. I read them all. I try to respond to as many as I can. Your support is always appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a good day. You know what? It's not this thing to come off. Damn it. Yeah. I'm stuck.